All right. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Okay, real quick lesson. I'm gonna try to make it quick, but we'll see how the spirit moves me. But we're gonna title this lesson, "Women Will Suffer the Most When Society Falls Apart." Okay. And this is a no-brainer, all right? Anybody that has common logic sense understands that when a society falls apart, okay, women are going to be targets of all sorts of different atrocities because, you know, women are the most easy to take advantage of. You know, the scripture calls them the weaker vessel, and they're gonna be face to face with that reality pretty soon. All right, because America is on its way out. All right, pretty soon, talking about in a matter of weeks, maybe a month and a half, the shelves inside of the stores are gonna be empty. All right. Donald Trump is talking about, you know, putting a lot of restrictions on Section 8 and, you know, basically a lot of the programs that women have survived off of, you know, and that's been a part of their deal with the serpent, their allegiance into feminism. OK, you got a lot of women out here that have full-fledged got involved with taking advantage of the government and the resources that the government provides for them. You see, and women have taken advantage of it so much that they've framed their life around it. So now you got a lot of women that are connected to these government programs, and you know, that's how they've been able to survive. You know, her and her 2 to 3 kids have been surviving off EBT and all of these goddamn government assistance programs. Well, Donald Trump is getting ready to put an end to all of that. All right, so a lot of women are going to be out here left alone. All right, you know, the scriptures talk about Isaiah, what is that, 13 or 3, where it talks about the vintage shall fail, right? The gathering shall not come. Those are the resources and all of the, nice things that women get in America just for being women, okay? And the thing is that these women, because they've gotten so attached to everything that the government has given them, they don't have basically they haven't worked on, you know, their character skills because of all of the advantages that they have in the society. These women have never really learned how to cooperate with men. You know, they don't know how to coexist with a man. Right. So that's why you see a lot of women doing what right now? They're getting with men and then they breaking up with them for stupid ass reasons. Right. And really, they breaking up with them because they getting bored, you know, and they don't want to be tied down. You see, and then all of the sexual partners that they've had, they can't really pair bond with the man that they're in a relationship with. So, you know, these women are in a bad case. All right. They're in a bad case because society is getting ready to tip over. OK, and women are going to suffer the most. All right. Women are going to suffer the most. Everybody knows that 911 has been a big crutch to women. Okay, that's how women have been able to escape murder. They've been able to escape sexual abuse all through 911, right? There's plenty of stories where women are, let's say, for instance, they're walking home and then they look behind them and some creepy ass nigga is following them. You see? And she can escape that situation by calling 911. Just the threat of I'm calling 911. You know, that could probably back that nigga up. You know what I'm saying? And make him rethink what he was gonna do. Now, what about when there is no more 911 and that woman who don't have a man, right? She's all alone, okay? She's getting followed by some pervert that wants to take advantage of her. What is she going to do then? You see? What is she going to do then? Okay? And this is not the movies, man. A lot of you women, you've been so pumped up with this feminism, strong woman shit that you got a lot of women out here that really think that in that time they're going to be okay and they're going to fight men off one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Women that say some stupid shit like, oh, I'll just pull out my gun. A lot of you women don't, even if you women have a gun, a lot of you women don't carry that on you at all times. Okay, a lot of you women don't have a CCW. Okay? And for brothers that have guns and firearms, you know what a CCW is, man. All right? You need that to walk around in society with a gun on you. These women don't have that. All right? They leave their guns at home and they show it off on the internet. That's all it's about. I would do something if a nigga run up on me, but you leave your gun at home all the time. You see? And even if and a gun ain't gonna save you. Bullets run out. You women are not marksmen. You're not professional shooters. Okay? You're an Instagram baddie that's shaking her ass on the internet that just so happens to have a gun. Okay? So that's not gonna save you either, man. What about if you go against men that have guns too? You know? What you finna do? Shoot it out? Okay, you're not gonna win that war, man. All right. So a lot of these women have been pumped up with feminism and thinking that they're equal to men and that they can fight off intruders and they could beat men up. But it's not gonna go down like that, man. Okay, it's not gonna go down like that. All right. And that's a woman's worst fear, is to get taken by a strange man, and he has full range to do whatever the hell he wants with her. Women know subconsciously, they know that that's not a good situation for them. Okay. In the world to come, in the near future, all right, it's going to be very bad for women coming up, man. All right. So I got this article right here. Okay. And it says, how do women and girls experience the worst of war? Okay. And the scriptures talk about in the book of 2nd Esdras that there's getting ready to be a civil war. Okay. An insurrection against the government. Okay. So that's war. All right. So these women are about to be in the crosshairs of a political war pretty soon, man. All right. And the funny thing is, these women have no idea that that's coming. All right. A lot of these women are still taking trips, still having unprotected sex with strangers, still trying to live their hot girl summer. Right. Meanwhile, evils are brewing up in the earth, okay, especially in America, all right? And these women are still trying to chase pleasure, okay? So they're going to be caught in the crosshairs of a civil war, all right? And it's going to happen to them suddenly. They're not even going to know where it came from, all right? So let's read a little bit about this. It says, war and conflict and crisis introduce women and girls to a very real fear that their safety and human rights will be the last priority amid the violence. Because men are going to turn savage, man. All right. Men are going to turn savage. And you got a lot of men out here that cannot wait to exact their revenge on women. Okay. When you watch these podcasts and you hear these podcasts talk about how the average man is sexually deprived, hey, that's definitely of a fact. Okay, that's definitely of a fact. And because a lot of these men are sexually deprived and these men are getting constantly rejected because these women are proud as hell, all right, a lot of these men are angry at that, man. A lot of these men, like, look at them red pill dudes, man. All right, when you watch them red pill videos on the internet, look at the comments. Okay, look at the comments of what the men are saying. The men they're about one step away from saying we need to just band together and hunt down women. That's their mentality. That's the mentality that a lot of men are getting into, man. Okay, when you look at them comment boards, you see, because you got a lot of men that have been hurt deeply by women, you know, and it keeps happening. Okay, he got divorced from his wife. She took all his shit. Then he goes to go find another woman. She do the same to him. Then his baby mama got him on child support. These women are putting men through hell on purpose, man. Okay, so you got a lot of men out here, man, that they cannot wait. They cannot wait for 911 to be shut off. All right. And when that happens, men are going to form up like mobs and they're going to hunt down women, man. All right. This is what happens when society falls apart, man. OK. It says the current war in Ukraine is widely expected to hurt women and girls more than any other population, both in the short and long term. Yeah, because those women are out there getting sexually assaulted, man, and they're getting tortured. OK, because these men that are going to come after these women, they're going to have like a sadistic fetish. All right. They're going to have a sadistic fetish. All right. It's going to be men out here that, hey, some men are going to want that box, but then some men are just going to want to see a woman suffer, cut her toes off. You know what I mean? Stick all sorts of sharp objects. Stick a whole bunch of sharp objects inside of their private areas and shit, man. You know, some men just really want to see these women suffer. Okay. We'll jump down to this paragraph. It says, in its entirety, war is an enemy of progress and threatens to increase. Wait, was that what I wanted? Yeah, okay, well, let's get this one. This is what I want. It says, simply because of their gender, women and girls caught in the middle of war experience sexual violence, physical and verbal abuse, and barriers in accessing resources and having their human rights met. Men are going to conquer. All right. Men are going to conquer. OK. And the American woman is the most proud woman on the planet Earth. OK. She's the most proud woman on the planet Earth that thinks this could never happen to her. OK. Think about the average American woman. OK. All the little benefits she gets. OK. She can walk outside with some booty shorts and as she's walking down the street, 10 to 15 niggas is honking they horn. Niggas is pulling over, offering her the world. You know what I mean? She goes to a nightclub or some type of event. Niggas is quick to move them up into VIP. You know what I mean? These women have had a lot of benefits, man, that have spoiled them rotten to the point to where they don't think anything bad could happen to them. Okay, but they're getting ready to be faced with a grim reality pretty soon, man. All right, a grim reality. Okay, and these women, they're going to be looking for men. Well, you got women on the internet right now. I was just listening to Apostle Tahar and the brother from Vegas. Okay, I was just listening to them videos, and they was both going in Isaiah 4:1 and how these women are crying on the internet. Okay, talking about how they want a man and they can't find a man, and you know. Well, those same women that are crying on the internet, they're going to be in trouble, okay? Because they ain't got no man, they're going to be in trouble, all right? They're going to be in trouble, okay? A lot of them women are you know, they might have, you know, they might be financially set, but, I mean, you know, a lot of these men that are thirsty for violence towards women, they going to break in these bitches 2-bedroom condos, man, Okay, they're gonna shoot that dog. Because you know a lot of these women got dogs to be their companion since they can't get no man. Nigga gonna put that dog to death, okay? And then he gonna have his way with her, him and his buddies, okay? And then they gonna put her to death and they gonna move on to the next vulnerable woman. You see? This is why you woman, you know, you should have you should have took this liberty to get with a man, you know, somebody that, you know, with a sensible mind, okay, somebody with survival instincts, okay. But then a lot of you women, you get with these men and then you break up with them because you find out he fucking with another woman on the side, which that's a man's human right, according to the Most High. A man can have more than one woman. You women, you still can't get over that fact that a man can have more than one woman. And that's getting ready to cost you women your life. You know how many women out here have broken up with good men? Good men. Okay, men that really loved them, men that took care of them. All right? Broke up with them because she caught him with another woman. You know? You women are immature at this point. You still ain't figured it out, okay? That a man just wants some pussy on the side, man. All right? You know? You about to pay for that. Okay, it says in accessing, what does it say? This is of course on top of being directly exposed to conflict on the front lines and facing life-threatening conditions. So this is what you can expect. It said 3 things to know about how war impacts women and girls. The biggest risk they face is gender-based violence. Women and girls are exposed to unprecedented rates of sexual violence, abuse, and torture in war conditions. This is what happens when society falls, man. Okay? This is what's going to happen. You got a lot of crazy ass psycho men. All right? And a lot of these men, they look like regular men. You know what I mean? He go to work. He pay his taxes. You know? Some of you women, you work with a lot of these niggas, man. A lot of these unstable men that if they had the opportunity, they would take full advantage. Okay? But then you at work working alongside this nigga and you didn't put this nigga in the friend zone thinking he's harmless. Well, really, he's a whole maniac. He's a whole obsessive maniac. All right? And when this shit fall apart, he gonna be able to act on those urges, man. Okay? You know, a lot of the violence that you women are getting ready to experience, it's not going to be from, you know, the obvious suspects. It's going to be from the men that you least expect. Watch what I tell you. It's going to be from the niggas that you least expect. That your boy, your best friend, right? A lot of your male friends that you've been holding out on, putting them in the friend zone, okay, starving him out. Your coworkers, right? Motherfuckers that you least expected, them is going to be the ones that's going to come hunt you down. Okay? Because a lot of those men are frustrated. And also these niggas that are sleeping on the streets, sleeping under the bridges, they going to wake up. They're going to come out from under that tent. They're going to come out from that tent. Okay? And it's going to be a buffet for them. Think about the lives of them niggas, man. They deal with a whole bunch of drug abuse and, you know, they living in filth. Them niggas that live on the street and shit. You don't think them niggas want some pussy? You think them niggas, you think they sexual urges have just been turned off because he's homeless on the street? No. He's more sexually deprived than any man out here. And when he get his opportunity, okay, that crackhead is going that nigga is going to turn into a sane individual again, man. Okay? And he going to go on the hunt. Number 2, it says conflict enforces the objectification of women and girls, right? Meaning that women are going to be seen as property. Okay? Women are going to be used as property. There's going to be some, basically a lot of women are going to be turned into sex slaves, all right, against their will. There was this one movie, I forgot the name exactly, but I think the movie is named like The Domestics. Yeah, The Domestics, and that's about that's a movie that's about, when the world falls apart, right? And, how people are going to react in society. I believe that's the one, The Domestics. And in the movie, you had this girl, I forgot the exact scenario, but she opened up a door. Hang on. Okay, this woman in the movie, she opened up a closet door, and when she opened that door, it was like 5 or 6 women that were in the goddamn room, beat up, bloodied up, okay, and they were chained up, and the men were lurking around the premises. So what that ultimately says is that men are going to be holding women as sex slaves. They're going to be collecting women too. A lot of you women are going to get collected. All right, you're going to get chained up, okay? And whenever these niggas get their little urge, right, they're going to open up that door, all right, and they're going to force you to do something, okay? It says, as they are seen often as weapons of war being used by perpetrators of violence to assert control. More than half, verse number 3, it says, more than half of the world's conflict-related refugee population is made up of women and children, because those are going to be the ones that need safety the most, the women and the children. So, you women are getting ready to be in some serious trouble pretty soon, man. Okay? Real serious trouble. Now, I'm going to get this verse right here. Now, mind you, this verse is actually talking about, the nation of Israel, okay? The nation of Israel going through their tribulation, all right? But you can also equate this verse to what's getting ready to happen to these women. All right, I just wanted to throw that out there. So this is Jeremiah 4:31. It says, for I have heard a voice as of a woman in travail, and the anguish of her as of her that bringeth forth her first child. Okay, a lot of screaming. You getting ready to hear a lot of these women scream, and ain't nobody gonna come to their rescue. Okay, the age of the beta is over. Okay, the time of beta male simps running to the rescue and fighting off the intruder, that's gonna be it. Okay, the beta male is gonna have to survive on his own. He ain't gonna be, worried about trying to save everybody on the planet. And if he do try that shit, somebody gonna stomp a mud hole in his ass. Okay. So the age of somebody always coming to y'all rescue is over. Okay, y'all about to be screaming and hollering, especially when them niggas kick in that door. Okay, niggas jump through that window. You know how women are. Okay. It says, the voice of the daughter of Zion that bewaileth herself, that spreadeth her hands, saying, woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers. Now, like I said, this is really equating to, this is really talking about the nation of Israel, but these women are getting ready to be in this position. Y'all are getting ready to be in this position. You're going to be running. A lot of you women is going to be trying to hide. Some women are even going to have to resort to, jumping into the sewer. Now, imagine that. Imagine you women that have been living your life. You somebody that always get your hair done, always get your nails done. You a glamour girl. And then at the end of your life, you got to resort to hiding out in a sewer to hide from all the men that are going to hunt you down. You see? This is what's going to happen when society falls apart, man. All right? Facts. Okay? They show you in all the movies. All right? You don't see no Wonder Woman. I mean, yeah, in the movies, they might show it where the woman grabs a shotgun and blows, and just starts shooting shit down. No, but it ain't going to happen like that in real life. Okay? That's not going to happen in real life. Okay? That bullshit, all right, that ain't going to happen for y'all in real life. And first and foremost, that's not going to happen for y'all because the Lord has a bone to pick with you women. So the Lord is not going to let you escape. You see? You women have been wicked and rotten for decades, man. Based on the devil's assistance. So the Lord has a personal bone to pick with you women. So you ain't finna shoot your way out of it. The Lord is gonna make sure that you get tortured, and the Lord is gonna make sure that you suffer. Okay? You got the Most High God against you. There's no escape. Let's get this real quick. Isaiah 4:1. This famous one. It says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Okay? Because all of these women, they're going to be in trouble. And I'll tell you what, women ain't going to give a fuck about sharing no man in that day. All that you cheated on me shit and all that, oh, well, you messing with another woman, I need to be the only one. They ain't going to be worried about none of that shit in that day, man. Okay? That's some bullshit Babylonian rhetoric. You cheated on me. Okay? They're not going to be worried about that, man. Okay? If 7 women or more, if they run into a man, especially a man of the Lord, if they run into a man of understanding, they run into a man of the Lord, they ain't going to have no problem sharing them. All right? And that's going to be because of the violence and the danger that's going to be out here on these streets. Okay? Women are going to learn real fast that you're not as great as you thought you were. And you don't have much survival skills. All right? All right? A lot of you women, you that sassy shit, especially the black woman, okay? Might be some black woman that try that sassy shit during this time, and she gonna get her fucking head split open, man. Okay? It says, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Protect me. Keep me safe. It's dangerous out here. My best friend just got kidnapped. These are the situations as men of the Lord, these are the situations that we're going to be running into, man. Women coming up to us, telling us stories about how she just escaped 3 niggas that was trying to take advantage of her sexually. Women coming up to us with stories about how, you know, some martial law troops came inside of her house and gunned down her whole family in front of her, and she was the only one that escaped. Her best friend got ripped up by some maniacs, and she escaped. You see? So women are going to be coming up, man, and they're going to be, you know, they're going to be petrified, man. You know? They're going to be on edge. All right? They're going to be on edge. And they're going to and they're going to be real desperate. And they're not going to be worried about your lineup. They're not going to be worried about how cute you are, you know? Because right now it's cute right now, and it's okay. What's your lineup? How much money you got? One bitch said, "Tell these niggas to pay $1,000 to take you out on a date." These bitches ain't gonna be worried about that at all, man. Okay, it's gonna be pure survival. All right, and they're gonna have to lower their standards 100. They're gonna have to lower their standards all the way. I'm not even gonna say to the ground, beneath the earth. They're going to have to lower their standards, man. Okay? Because if you come up to the men of the Lord, all right, and we sense any little bit of that pride, or you still got that feminism in you, that little independent shit, we going to tell you to kick rocks, man. Okay? And if you get sexually abused or something happen to you, a nigga shoot you in the head or whatever, somebody torture you, hey, well, that's something you got to suffer because you couldn't get that demon out of you. Okay? Some women are really just beyond repair. Okay? Some women are really going to be beyond repair, and we're going to run into them situations as men of the Lord in that time. All right? We're going to have to reject a lot of women. All right? But the point is that a lot of women are going to be approaching us, trying to get us to, you know, to provide some sort of comfort and shelter and safety. Okay? Because of the violence that's going on out here on these streets. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. To give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai once again. Shalom, shalom.